When looking at me, I rarely find myself on the side of the critics, and even in other cases, some of the very loud and vocal groups on social media too, I don't really agree with. Part of this is that I tend to look more for overlooked and maybe even underrated games to talk about. But then there comes a time where my thoughts and feelings on a title very much are in line with what everyone is saying. It pains me a bit to say this, I actually have similar opinions to many of the big media outlets, especially for this title. As it pertains to Expedition 33, there is so much to discuss when it comes to this game, but it seems like it was the right game, at the right time, and now it's currently unifying almost all of us behind it.
I haven't seen a human in so long. You're much tinier than I remember.
When was the last time you saw a human?
Oh, my best friend when he asked for my help.
Your best friend is human? I thought Francois was your best friend.
Yes.
Looking at the reception of Expedition 33, along with how I personally feel about it as well, I very much believe we are going to be seeing other companies, developers, publishers, and all of that, sort of trying to push their own spin on this type of game. We might even end up seeing a resurgence of turn-based style games coming back for our RPGs, where it feels like action was the style it was going to be for many years, and while that is good, a lot of my past is with that turn-based style though. Something I always found rather humorous was when I read about critics poking at turn-based combat, especially during the 360 and PS3 generation, and media people would say that this style of combat was dated, or needed to get updated. That specifically when looking at JRPGs, that they were too rooted in the past and refused to modernize. This always confused me. Turn-based combat, one comes in different forms, along with it being a style, like say Souls versus more traditional action game like a Devil May Cry. We can all have our preferred styles and preferences, and what we want, but turn-based is not inherently old or dated. It has a lot of history for sure, and many games that have aged incredibly well too. You can even see this if you return to an old classic, or even look at the smaller indie side of things, and you will find more of these turn-based variations there, that do not feel old but are fun and sometimes really fresh. Players seem to have been unified in this area from Expedition 33, as it is an active turn-based system. I like Expedition 33 as sort of piercing through the veil of sorts for gamers that may not have the background with turn-based RPGs, and are now getting a good taste of a great one, along with its interesting and compelling combat system. Expedition is unifying in more than one way. For me personally, Expedition 33 provides me with exactly what I want from modern gaming. It wows me and presents a style and even quality that sort of reminds me of the good old days, as it were. Like the days where I had no responsibilities and all I had was time to just sink my teeth into an RPG or JRPG. There is an old school flavor to this title, again with it being a great time for something like this. Much of the bigger RPG franchises have shifted to action, which means there has been a bit of a void when it comes to turn-based RPGs, to sort of have something come in and fill that hole. Expedition 33 does this considerably well, and then some too. It's fresh, incredible, nostalgic, unique, creative, and feels like the kind of experience when you get the right people in the right positions, using a budget well too. Then you have other areas that just simply impress. Like, how is there over 8 hours of original music in this game? And honestly, it feels like each one of the tracks is top shelf kind of stuff. How was this game made? How were these developers able to do it? Honestly, I think there should be a documentary on how this title was made, because this experience, this title, feels like a small gaming miracle. It's a title that I hate to put down, but it's always something that I look forward to picking back up again. It's one where I put my headphones on, and absolutely nothing else exists. It's me, this entire world, as it becomes my world, and experiences just for my play sessions. I have touched on this a bit before in other videos that Expedition 33 seems like a game or a high example of one that is very much restoring my faith in the games industry. It felt like we were going through a bit of a rough time these last few years, especially within the AAA space. I was finding myself less and less interested in this type of stuff, And this is usually where we see the indies sort of pick up the slack, and they most certainly did. They pretty much kept the medium going. But then you have the more AA kind of market, and I think here this is where we have the likes of, say, Atomfall, and especially Expedition 33. We have titles that bring such great quality, and simply put, really fun experiences that bigger studios and publishers are certainly struggling with, and have been for a while. Something that Expedition 33 feels like is a nuke, but in a good way. That it managed to shake the industry. It honestly just feels a bit magical. Like, how did this game manage to do this, and is currently doing all of this? Expedition 33 is a title that is not overrated. It's getting the attention it deserves, and delivering on what many players have been wanting for a while. I think it just so happens that the critics also happen to really enjoy this one too, where we see loads of cringy or pretentious writing flooding the AAA space. Expedition comes in and delivers lines that are not an insult to the player's intelligence. The writing and dialogue is actually good, characters we quickly get attached to, invested in, and want to see succeed. Narratively, it's a title that hooks me, but most importantly, it's a game that doesn't forget that it is one. This isn't a playable movie, though it's still cinematic with a healthy dose of those cutscenes too. But the dungeon exploration, combat, and even customization, and how you equip and level your characters are so engaging. I am a little biased. I am absolutely loving this game. I am taking my slow time with it. Many of you are probably still further than me, or maybe even have beaten it. At the time of writing this, I'm still on Act 1, but seeing a title that I am coming to love, I hope this quality just keeps up for the entire game. Also getting the support for a large amount of players. It's good when great things get the praise they deserve. I don't feel like I am being gaslit here, where people are saying, oh, it's good, but it actually really isn't. But rather this all feels incredibly organic and natural. Love for this title is expanding and having others now exploring the turn-based battle space, which is awesome, and I think easily we are going to see more and other developers and publishers taking elements from Expedition and then making their own spin on it. Either way, I think we should take this in, enjoy this game, ride this wave, and appreciate this really awesome surprise for 2025. What are your thoughts on all of this? Have you tried Expedition 33 yet? How do you feel about it? Let me know all of this in the comments down below. If you're interested in supporting the channel, please check out my Patreon page. For just $1 a month, you can help to keep this channel going strong, and this allows me to be able to do more for my awesome audience. Please check out the links in the description and pinned comment for ways to support the channel. And most of all, thank you very much for watching.